everyone, welcome back to my channel. My last upload was how you can actually change your life in 90 days. So essentially 3 months. I would go and give that video a watch. Even if you end up watching this video first, totally fine, but then go check out that video. And for those of you that did watch that video, this is kind of a follow-up because I shared how you're gonna change your life in 90 days, the formula, the motivation, and all of that. And this video is sort of like, yeah, like a follow-up in what changes can you actually make, like tiny changes, because that video was all about making small changes and habits that you do consistently. So these are very tiny changes that you can start doing now that are almost effortless. These are habits that I put together. They're really thoughtful of things that I think can help almost everybody, most people, and really give you guys some value in today's video. Also, this video is in collaboration with Green Chef, so we're going to be talking about them more in today's video. I made this delicious coconut Thai soup. I shared it on Instagram. So many of you wanted the recipe and it's in today's video. So I hope you guys enjoy and let's get started. Hey guys, so it's the day before, so we're kind of going back in time, and before I film any video, before I start any day, I always make a to-do list. So I always use it. I like to make to-do lists either in notes on my phone or in a notebook of some sort. Be old school. I will sometimes write it in notes on my phone, but then I always kind of transfer it to a notebook, and that's just my method that always works for me. But my tip here that I feel like we don't really talk about often is after you make a to-do list, this might be everything you have to do in a week. There's only so many hours in the day, which brings me to my first tip, which is only focus on 5. Instead of focusing on everything on your list, focus on the top 5. And that's just always how I remember it. I just kind of named it that, like the top 5. So what's the top 5 for today? And that's all I'll focus on. So if it's filming and editing, that's already 2 different things. Also, cooking dinner is very important to me because it knocks out a few of my goals, one of them being family time, so that's a goal. The second goal is my health and my fitness and losing baby weight and all of that. It hits that goal too. That goes on my to-do list. And the reason why I put stuff like that, like cook dinner, is because that does take time. And I noticed when I didn't put things like that on my to-do list, it would just be like, oh, I have to do this, and that it would get to the end of the day. I realized I never started dinner, and then I'm just ordering takeout because now I lost track of time. You'll actually get more done and you'll get closer to your goals when you pick your top 5 in the day rather than a million different things. Don't try to tackle everything, only tackle your top 5, and you will see that you will get more quality things done rather than quantity. My second tip is for working from home or studying from home. Either way, anybody that ever does work from home, you know that that separation of work time and your mental health and doing things that just benefit you and that aren't work related, that line gets blurry. As somebody that has been working from home way before the pandemic and just has been working from home for years, that happens to me a lot where I will just work, and then I'll be working or editing or doing a thumbnail while I'm eating dinner, and I realize that that is just not quality time. That's not quality life. Can't always be in work mode. You just can't. It's not gonna help you be more productive. I think that's something else that I learned. It doesn't help you get there faster, get to the goal faster, because it's not sustainable.
I scrolled down the Insta page, saw a picture that I didn't want.
Where's mommy? Where's mommy? Where's mommy?
Oh my God, there's mommy!
Yes.
Oh my God!
Look at mommy. Oh, my bun get any higher? So I just got done washing my face. I'll show you guys what I use. Sula Cult Classic Purifying Cleanser. This is like the next part of my work from home routine and like the separation of personal life and working from home is that I established a morning routine. Sounds pretty simple, and I think most people do have a morning skincare routine, and I at least had a nighttime skincare routine that I always did, but sometimes in the morning it was just like, you know, I have a baby, I'm working from home. But I realized that there wasn't something that I just do for me a lot. Whereas at night, I have that separation. I like take off my makeup and I put on music and I'll take a eucalyptus shower, and I kind of have like things that remind me of my self-care routine and don't remind me of work at all. My third tip is all about time management. Again, when you're working from home, when you're working in an office, doesn't matter. I feel like time management is a big one, because when you practice good time management and are aware of it, then you can achieve your goals faster, because you're actually working on things that are important and not just scrolling through TikTok in your bed. I've shared this tip before in videos, and I want to put it in this video too, because it is just so relevant, and now it's just like automatic for me that I just like do it automatic. I hope that it can help you guys too, but I actually set alarms. So yesterday I set one because the dogs had grooming this morning at 9 a.m. and that's just something I would normally forget, or it would be in my planner 9 a.m. But do you ever glance at your planner and you're like, oh my gosh, even though it's written there, you're like, dog grooming's in 5 minutes, I'm gonna be late, I'm not gonna be able to get them together, I'm still in my robe, I'm not ready. That happens to me all the time, that you can plan your day out completely and still forget, oh wait, that's now. Oh my gosh, it's 8:30, or maybe you slept in. Last night I set an alarm for 8 a.m. today, so that when it went off, even though I was already up, my daughter wakes up at 6, so I wake up with her around that time anyway. Even though I was up when the alarm went off at 8 a.m., I was on my morning walk, and I look at my husband, I'm like, oh wait, we have dog grooming in an hour. Okay, we need to get them fed, they need to go to the bathroom, we need to do everything. So that alarm goes off, you're like, all right, it's like a reminder. Some people like to set reminders in their phones or their planners or this or that, and I feel like that probably can be helpful too, but I'm so old school that I just know how to set an alarm and I know it's gonna go off. I've set reminders on my phone before and they didn't go off, and I was just like, damn it, I knew I just should have done what I know fail proof for me, which is a good old fashioned alarm. So it's 4 p.m, you're still working, but you know you want to start making dinner at 5:30 or 6. Set an alarm. That way when that goes off, you're like, oh wait, I need to start dinner, I need to start my workout. Unwinding for the day, that's a good one too. If you want to start practicing more self-care, set an alarm. That tells you work time is over and it's time to work on you. My fourth tip is all about eye clutter. That's always what I call it. I think it's actually called physical clutter. I think I've seen it called that on Pinterest, but to me it's eye clutter. And there's just stuff out that doesn't need to be. It's just that eye clutter in your living room, your kitchen, your bedroom. And this is so therapeutic. One, putting everything away, but then when you go into that room, it's vibrant, it's nice, it's bright, and it just has the essentials out.
Also, like I mentioned in my previous video, that one habit leads to another. Once I cleared the space, I realized that I had space to do my HIIT workout, which I was going to skip because my daughter was sleeping and I didn't want to do it in the living room. Once I cleared out my room, I realized, wait, I don't have to skip it, I could do it in here. So it's also helping with another goal, which is fitness.
You need to love where you live. Even if it's not the house or home or apartment or condo, even if it's not the home of your dreams, the one that's on your vision board, it doesn't matter. As law of attraction states, you need to act as if you already have it. So if you do want to attract something bigger or better or shinier or brighter, a brand new car, a brand new home, you need to treat the ones that you have, the car that you have, the home that you have, like it's your dream. And you need to love it, because if you don't love where you live and you don't love what you're driving or whatever the case may be, it's not gonna feel good to work there, create there, sleep there, cook there, drive there. It just feels better walking into my room and seeing it clutter free. It just gets me excited to unwind. Or walking into my kitchen and seeing it clutter free, it gets me excited to cook a healthy meal. When I'm cooking healthy meals, I feel good. And seeing the living room clutter free makes me want to play a game with my daughter. My fifth tip is a weekly menu. So I actually shared on Instagram that I don't create a all 7-day menu. What I like to do is 3 days. So I'll do the first 3 days, then we eat those meals, and then like on the third day I start creating the next 3 days. That way I could just see like what the family's into, what we're having, what we're doing. If we're really busy, then it's gonna be a quick 10-minute meal. If I have more time, then I can make a 20-minute meal. But why I like creating weekly menus is because whenever I'm in a rut, I'm sure a lot of us get into that time too when you're in a rut. Whenever I'm in a rut, I just go back to a time when things were really good for me, when I felt creative, when I felt productive, when I felt healthy, when I felt fit, like physically fit and all of that. And whenever I go back to those times, the thing I always go back to is what was I eating then, and I was always eating healthy. food is medicine for your body. Like when you want to feel better, you need to eat better. When you're eating fast food or you're eating out, you don't feel good. For me, when we're eating out, it can be fun. Like when we're in the city, we love to eat out and try different restaurants. Sunday night, I'm always ready to cook our Sunday night dinner. Like it's fun for a period of time, but then it just gets so old. I feel heavy, puffy the next day because there was extra salt in my food. So for me, it always goes back to eating healthy meals. And you guys know I'm the 20-minute and under queen. And when I need a little extra help, that's when Green Chef comes into play. So I love using Green Chef. It's a meal kit delivery service. The box comes straight to your front door. You unpack it. I like to put everything in the fridge, have it all lined up. I'll look at all of the meals and I'll usually pick like the one I'm most excited for first. I'm actually going to share the recipe in today's video because you guys know I love soups. Even in the summer, I'm a soup girl. It helps with bloating, it helps with gut health, and it's so flavorful and cozy at the end of the day. So in a little bit, you guys are going to get that recipe. I'd love for you guys to try it at home with things you have. But about Green Chef, it's a USDA certified organic company, and they have all different plans. They have keto, paleo, vegetarian, vegan, so there's something for everybody. They send you the meals, they send you the instructions, and the instructions are step by step. They are so simple. I also love that it takes away the meal planning, the grocery shopping, all of that. So if you guys want to check out Green Chef, go to greenchef.us/Samo100 and use code Samo100 to get $100 off, including free shipping on your first box. So I'll leave all that down below, and here is the recipe.
You guys are gonna love how easy this one is. So it came with shiitake mushrooms that they said to roughly chop, and then you just want to add them in a bowl with a half a cup of water and just set aside. Then they gave us a pepper to chop, so I did that, as well as a green onion. And then you're just going to grab a soup bowl, pot, and add in some olive oil and just the red pepper. The green onion is for seasoning later. Then they already chopped some ginger and a white onion for you, as well as raw chicken. They already diced it for you, so it was super simple. Then you want to add your own seasonings, salt, pepper. I love this about Green Chef because then you control how salty something is or how much seasoning you use. So the broth was a vegetable fish broth, it said, but if you can't find that in the store, I'm sure you could just use a regular vegetable broth. And then it also gave us some coconut milk, so you add that in there as well. And you guys know I love coconut curry, I love coconut soups, that's just one of my favorites. I also added in the mushrooms, and then when you top the soup, when it's all finished, you use the green onions, sesame seeds, and red pepper. I think I did pretty good, looks like the picture.
And my last tip is to let go of bad stress. So some of you watching might think, isn't all stress bad? But actually it's not. So I learned this from a college professor years ago, and I still stand by it, in that some stress is good stress. Like if you know you have a test coming up and it's giving you stress, I even like hate that word, but it's just making you think of it. So you're like, okay, I want to study, I want to do well. That is an example of good stress. It kind of sounds crazy saying that. But bad stress would be worrying about things you can't control. So I'll have subscribers say to me, I'm in my early 20s, I'm worried about when will I find a partner, when will I get married, when will I have kids. Like I just am trying to plan out my life. And that's an example of bad stress because you can't control it. Or maybe you guys watched my 90-day video and you're excited to lose weight and get on your fitness journey and get healthy. And then you sit in bed and wonder at night, like, is this gonna work? I'm scared it's not gonna work. And then you get stressed, and then it's like all in your head and it's weighing heavy on you. All of that is going to be a setback. I really struggle with this, so I have to try extra hard. So for me, like, I'll think about our home renovations. You guys know we are renovating our home, and we made a phase 1 and a phase 2 list. And in phase 1, some things are still not getting done because of the housing boom right now. We're in a crazy housing boom. So many people are buying homes right now and renovating that there is a lack of materials. So with that being said, there's been things on back order, and now they're just inevitably, the projects are gonna go into our phase 2. And I'll just kind of get all in my head, and then I started thinking like, okay, so worst case scenario, it gets done next year. it goes back to the same old of don't compare your timeline with somebody else's timeline when it comes to marriage and children and partners and when will you find your dream job or your dream home. We don't know. It's almost nice in some ways to embrace the unknown, the uncertainty, because then it gives you some like structure in that, like, okay, I need to focus on my day to day. I need to focus on my to-do list and being healthy and doing things that make me happy, and that there's some things that are just left to fate. That's one less thing you have to worry about. So I think that people worry about things, and I know I do it too. You worry about things that are so out of your control that your headspace is now focused on them, wasting precious headspace and brain power and creativity and happiness on things we have no control over. It's going to happen one way or another, my home renovations. If it happens this summer or next summer, is it a huge difference? Not really. If you have on your list, I need to buy a home by this time, if it happens a couple months later, is that a big deal? Not really. If you say, I want to find my soulmate this year isn't over yet. You might find your soulmate this year. So I think when we worry about things we have no control over, it steals the joy of now, living in the present moment of now. And what's funny about that, and sort of ironic, is when you're living in the present moment now, when you're happy now, that's when you attract things for the future. That's when people are attracted to you and jobs are attracted to you and things are attracted to you. You're almost like a magnet for good things happening when you're in a good place. Do you ever notice that? Do you ever notice that, like, when you're happy, when you're doing great, when you're feeling jolly, that's when everything in your day is going amazing. That's when that month is going amazing. A time period in your life. You look at periods in your life and you're like, wow, that was like, I must have been really lucky then. No, you weren't lucky. You were just living life. You were in the moment. And when you're in the moment, that's when good things happen. So just know that when you're stressing about something else, you're taking from the present moment every single time. So try to manage that. For me, working out definitely helps with stress, because when I'm working out, I can't think of anything else because I'm hoping that it's gonna be over soon. But also too, talking myself off the ledge, so to say. Not even talking to other people, just literally talking myself through it and saying, like I said before, if the renovations get done next year, who cares? So whatever's stressing you out now, whatever has you down now, just know it will get figured out, and it's not anything to stress over right now, because you don't want to steal from the present joy of this moment. You will never get this moment back. That is today's video. I hope you guys enjoyed and have an awesome day, and I'll see you guys soon. Bye.